Hello there and welcome back to another episode of Ask the Italian Lawyer presented by ItalianCitizenshipassistance.com as well as ItalianRealEstateLawyers.com. Of course, we're back at it again with Italian attorney Marco Permunian, and I am Rafael Di Furia. And in this week's episode, we wanted to ask Marco the question, how do you get in contact with an Italian consulate?
There are basically three ways to contact the Italian consulates abroad. The first one is to call their number. Now, keep in mind that consulates are very busy, so you might have a hard time getting somebody to answer the phone. It will depend on whether they have a dedicated day or time of the week in which they answer phone calls. Also, it will depend on which department you want to reach. Maybe if you want to reach the citizenship department, it will be a little bit harder than reaching the passport office or the visa office. And of course, you have to call the department that you need. It's unlikely that by calling a different department, you'll be able to speak with the department you actually need to speak to. And of course, some consulates will probably have different numbers or different extensions based on the department you want to reach. So make sure to check their website before you call their general number. The second way to contact an Italian consulate is through email. There are different departments, like I just said, inside a consulate. So make sure that you email the right department, that you generally find a list of each department with their contact information, including the emails on the website of each Italian consulate. Some departments may have just one general email address, like generally speaking, the residency office and the vital statistic office, they have one email address, but that may not be the case. So again, be sure to consult the website of the consulate. And like I mentioned before, consulates are very busy. And again, depending on which department you want to reach, you may have a hard time getting an answer even through email, which is why probably the best way to contact a consulate for official purposes, so not just if you want to get general information, but if you have a pending case, for example, through PEC. Now, the PEC system is a system that is in place in Italy, and let's keep in mind that the Italian consulate is an Italian public administration, so they are obligated to have a PEC email address, and you have also to have one if you want to use the PEC system for official purposes. So in order for your communication to have legal value, you and the consulate need to use your PEC email addresses to send the official communication. Only in that way the communication will have official value. For example, if you want to inquire the consulate about the status of your application, you or your lawyer, and of course, if you're one of our clients, we can do that for you. And generally speaking, the PEC system allows you to receive prompt answers. That may not always be the case, but generally speaking, the consulate is more inclined to reply to communications that are sent via PEC because, like I just said, they are official communications. And lastly, I think it's important to state that generally speaking, consulates will have one single PEC address for the entire consulate, so for all the departments. So there are, generally speaking, not different PEC email addresses for the different departments. So you will have to send your communication to that address that is published on the website of the consulate, even if you want to reach, for example, the citizenship department, which will have their own dedicated phone number and email address, but likely they will be using the general PEC email that is published on the website of the consulate. On a side note, since we're talking about Italian consulates abroad, a lot of people have been asking us how they can contact the consulate efficiently to get a status update regarding their citizenship application. And I think it's worthwhile mentioning that the Italian consulates have a 730 days period to process citizenship applications. And generally speaking, consulates will not answer emails or in some cases even PEC inquiries if the application has been pending for less than 730 days, because like we just said, they're very busy. So they generally speaking tend to answer to such status update requests only if the 730 days that they had to process a citizenship application have already passed.
Well, Marco, thank you again so much for making yourself available for this episode of Ask the Italian Lawyer and for shedding light onto this topic and answering this question. Of course, if you're interested in more detailed information about getting Italian citizenship, be sure to subscribe to this channel, where you can also find episodes of the Italian Citizenship podcast, as well as the Italian Real Estate podcast, a library of information on how to make Italy your home in various different ways. Of course, to get in contact with Marco and his team, you can reach out to them via Italiancitizenshipassistance.com or ItalianRealEstateLawyers.com. And this has been another episode of Ask the Italian Lawyer, presented by Italiancitizenshipassistance.com as well as ItalianRealEstateLawyers.com. I'm Rafael Di Furia. Stay safe and healthy out there, and we will see you all next time. Later.
Thank you.